Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Billy, your professional travel guide and a guy who's spent way too many hours hunting down the cheapest flights, the tastiest street food, and let's be honest, the visa forms no one ever wants to talk about. So today, I want you to picture this with me. You're sitting at your kitchen table, your laptop open, and your heart is doing that little flutter it always does when you start researching your next adventure. Maybe you're dreaming about Thailand golden beaches, temples glowing at sunrise, mango sticky rice you'll still be thinking about a year later. Or maybe it's Vietnam misty mountains, lantern-lit streets, steaming bowls of pho that taste like the definition of comfort. But before you even start packing your bag or fantasizing about all the photos you'll take, there are a few things you have to know because they can make or break your trip. I'm talking about visas, your budget, the flexibility to just wake up and go, the safety of traveling solo, and of course the food. Because if you're like me, you don't just travel for the views, you travel to eat. Alright, let's dive in. And as we go, I want you to ask yourself, which of these experiences feels right for you? Visa and entry requirements. Don't get caught out, let's talk visa CA. Not the most exciting part of travel, but trust me, it matters. This tiny detail decides whether your trip begins with a smile or a border agent giving you that dreaded headshake. Thailand makes it almost too easy. If you've got a US, UK, Canada, Australia, or most European passport, you get 30 days visa-free when you fly in, no forms, no embassy visits. You just step off the plane, get stamped, and you're good to go. But here's a tip. If you cross by land from Cambodia or Laos, that 30 days can drop to just 15. I once met a traveler who found this out the hard way and had to rush to extend her stay. Not exactly the relaxing arrival she planned. Always double before you leave, because rules can shift fast, especially after the pandemic. Vietnam used to be notorious for confusing visa rules. Years ago, I waited in line at Hanoi Airport clutching an approval letter, hoping it worked. Luckily, things are much simpler now. You can get a 90-day e-visa online for about $25, plenty of time for pho, beaches, and motorbike adventures. Still, don't take it for granted. Always check the official e-visa site. Policies change with little notice, and airlines can deny boarding if you don't have proper proof. So print everything: your visa, confirmation email, return ticket. Even in the digital age, a piece of paper can save you a ton of stress. Let me ask, have you ever had that sinking feeling when an official flips through your passport and frowns? It's the worst. A little prep goes a long way. Food culture. The ultimate face-off. Right. Let's shake off the paperwork talk and get to what really matters: food. Because honestly, if you're heading to Thailand or Vietnam and not excited to eat, we might have a problem. Close your eyes for a second. Picture yourself on a tiny plastic stool in Hanoi as the sun goes down. A woman hands you a bowl of pho with broth that's been simmering for 12 hours. The herbs are so fresh, your whole table smells like a garden. You take a bite and think, this is why I travel. Vietnam is all about fresh, honest flavors, crispy banh mi for under $2, iced coffee strong enough to power you through any day, and ghee cuisine. That's simplicity perfected. Then there's Thailand, which feels like a fireworks show for your taste buds. Imagine pad thai that hits every note: sweet, sour, salty, spicy. Tom yum soup that clears your sinuses in the best way possible. Green curry, so rich, you'll want to close your eyes to savor it. And don't forget the floating markets. Buying a fresh coconut from a boat while you sit in another boat is just pure fun. You're probably wondering which country wins. Honestly, I can't pick. Both are absolute food paradises. In Thailand, you'll taste dishes you'll crave for years. In Vietnam, every noodle soup back home will feel like an imitation. Have you been to either place? What was the meal you still think about? Share in the comment side. Love to hear your stories. Spontaneous travel and flexibility, the freedom factor now. Let's talk about something that makes or breaks a trip: flexibility. Because not everyone wants to plan every hour of their vacation. Some of us love to wake up and say, you know what? Let's go somewhere new today. Thailand is basically the definition of easy travel. You can land in Bangkok with zero plans, walk into any travel agency on Khao San Road, and have your entire next week sorted in an hour ferries to islands, overnight trains to Chiang Mai, day tours to ancient ruins. It's the ultimate figure it out as you go destination. I've met countless travelers who decided over breakfast to head south end by afternoon. They were already on a ferry, watching the mainland fade away. That's how smooth it is. Vietnam is a little different. While it's getting more accessible every year, you'll usually want to plan a bit more ahead, especially for things like Halong Bay cruises or flights during busy seasons. But there's a secret weapon, the humble motorbike. Renting one gives you the freedom to go anywhere, anytime. And there's something magical about riding along rice fields and mountain passes, stopping when you feel like it, with no itinerary but your own curiosity. So if you're the kind of traveler who wants everything laid out, Thailand will make your life easier. If you love adventure and don't mind a bit more effort, Vietnam will reward you tenfold. Budget and daily costs, where your dollar stretches further. Let's talk money. Because let's be honest, most of us are trying to see as much as we can without torching our bank accounts. Thailand is surprisingly affordable if you travel smart. You're looking at about $25 to $35 a day, including meals, budget accommodation, and basic transportation. Street food, absolute legend. You can grab a steaming plate of pad thai or a fiery green curry for $1 $3. Hostels run $8 $15 a night. And local rides cost around 50 cents $2. If you want to splurge occasionally on a nice meal or a boutique guest house, it won't destroy your budget. Vietnam, though, takes frugality to the next level. You can comfortably get by on $20, $30 a day. With street meals sometimes as low as 50 cents, yes, you read that right. Banh mi sandwiches for less than $1. Noodle soups that taste like a Michelin chef made them. And coffee, that'll ruin Starbucks for you forever. Hostels here are even cheaper, $6 a night, and local buses and Grab rides are an absolute steal. That extra $5 $10 of savings per day might not sound like much. But over a 2-week trip, you'll have enough left over for a Halong Bay cruise or a fancy hotel night. If your wallet's in charge, Vietnam edges ahead. Solo travel and safety. And before we wrap up, we have to talk about safety, especially if you're traveling solo. If you're thinking about taking this trip alone. First of all, good for you. Solo travel is one of the most empowering things you can ever do, but it helps to know what you're getting into. Thailand feels like solo travel on easy mode. The infrastructure is so built out that you're never far from another backpacker or someone who speaks enough English to help. I've met so many solo female travelers who said they felt safe and welcomed, even late at night in tourist areas. It's the kind of place where you can be alone without ever feeling lonely. Vietnam is also a wonderful place to go solo, but it does require a bit more confidence. You'll run into language barriers more often. You might find yourself needing to pantomime or use Google Translate to sort out basic things. But that's part of the adventure, right? In my experience, locals in Vietnam are incredibly warm and curious. They'll invite you in for tea or help you figure out where you're going, even if you don't share a language. If you stay aware of your surroundings, especially at night, and trust your instincts, you'll be fine. Asterisk, final verdict, which country wins? If you've made it this far, you probably see the truth. There's no single winner here. It all comes down to what matters most to you. Thailand is perfect if you love convenience. Great infrastructure, easy transport, and beaches that look like postcards. It's also a great first step into Southeast Asia if you're new to this part of the world. Vietnam, on the other hand, is ideal if you want your dollar to stretch further, crave raw and authentic experiences, and dream of epic motorbike trips through rugged landscapes with fewer crowds. My advice: don't overthink it. Pick one, buy the ticket, and just go. Both places will amaze you in their own way. You'll eat unforgettable food, spend less than you expect, and collect stories you'll be telling for years. And hey, thanks for sticking with me through this. It shows you care about traveling deeper, not just snapping a few photos and leaving. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe. I've got plenty more tips and stories to help you plan an unforgettable trip. Before you head out, let me know in the comments which country feels right for you. Or maybe you're like me, dreaming of seeing both. Whatever you choose, promise yourself you won't wait forever. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.